Welcome, and today I have a very special video for you. Okay, so since I've got some animations in progress, I decided to do a bit of, well, some of you might be wondering how I do my models for SFM, and so I decided, why not do a little run through on how I make my SFM models in Blender and put them into SFM. So this is actually going to be the progress of me making Shadow Milk Cookie. Okay, as you know, one of my upcoming animations is Wacky World, which is technically a Shadow Milk Cookie versus Pure Vanilla Cookie thingy. And so, yeah, I already modeled Pure Vanilla Cookie for this, as you see there, right there. The modeling is actually done. And now to do Shadow Milk Cookie. And I'm also going to show you how I am actually going to show you how I turn this into this. Okay. So yeah, let's start. Let's make this guy. All right. I usually work on my models while listening to Spotify, but since this is a tutorial and I often listen to copyrighted music, I decide that I'll just keep it silent here. Anyway, apart from that, let's first start off with Shadow Milk Cookie's head. Okay, the Cookie Run heads do look about the same, with all spherical, because technically they're cookies, and yeah. Anyway, that's me applying the mirror modifier. So whatever happens on this side happens on the other side. Okay. Now, subdivision surface. And okay. Now the next thing I'll have to do is, oh, not that, wireframe. And what I do is just follow okay, eyes. For the eyes, I just use this and okay, yeah. This is the eye area right there. And there's the head, the top of the head. Okay. Now, for the eyebrows, I will do 2 cuts at the top of the head. And, okay, I also need to remember to also do that. Oh, this is also an artwork I've done, like, I believe a year ago. Or maybe 2. Can't remember. But I think it was before Shadow Milk became playable in Cookie Run Kingdom. I have a speed paint of it, so you can watch the speed paint. Okay. Now this is looking quite square at the top. So to fix that, first let's round it out here. Oh, oops. Okay. Oh yeah, I forgot to cut the eye holes. Do that. Now, obviously, Shadow Milk has two different colored eyes. And there we go. I cut the eye holes. I will now cut the thing for the eyebrows. And judging by this, Shadow Milk cookie sort of has a bit of a smirk there. Smirky mouth. That is kind of big, so first, let's just... Okay. Cuts for the face are done. Almost. Okay. Now this is happening because I didn't join the eyebrows and the eye loops. So might as well do that. Oh, oops. What the heck? Okay. There we go. I also want to join this. Okay. The loop cut here is for the eye, for when I do the eyes and the eyebrows. So make a couple loop cuts here, which are going to be for the upper part of the head, where I will connect the... Okay, there we go. That should be good. Now, this is square. So what I want to do is round it out there and there. Like that. What I also want to do is do this. Okay, that looks kinda pathetic. So I'm gonna have to round that out. Bear with me. There we go. Okay. I also want to round out the chin area. Like that. Perfect. Now this is where I want the eyes to be. Right there. So what I do for the eyes is inset like that, and then extrude, inset again, and extrude in. See, now we have eyes. Now, looking at Shadow Milk Cookie's eyes, he sort of has these eyelashes there. See? See the eyelashes? Yeah. So if I want this to look like Shadow Milk Cookie, might as well add these. Oh, nearly forgotten. Sphere. The sphere is for her, it's just a thing for her. Yeah, it's a reference for how I want the eyes. So, yeah. I have two spheres because, well, when you see, I sort of has this eye shine effect. You probably don't see it in my videos much, but I did make the eyes a bit glossy. So yeah. Now, these do not look like eyes yet, so let's move these in. And then this. There we go. Now, to extrude this. Perfect. We now have an eye. However, we're missing the eyelash. So what I'm going to do is just move this bit out and wait for it. Oh, oops. You get the jizz. Just this. There. I might make that smaller. And boom, eyelashes. Except the top part needs to be a bit taller. So let's do that. And the bottom, there we go. Okay, perfect. Now this is looking a bit flat here. So I might hold on. Okay, there. Yeah. This is actually my first modeling tutorial, and I'm kind of screwing it up. Sometimes I have these sort of stuff-ups when making models. I'm gonna redo the whole damn thing or not. Okay. Let's make this a bit smaller. Right there. And I'm actually going to cut this off. There we go. Instead of doing that silly thing I did there, I'm going to inset. Like this. Perfect. Why didn't I do that to start off with? Okay. I think these nearly look like Shadow Milk Cookie's eyelashes. No joke. Okay. The eyelashes done, time for the eyebrows. Okay. Okay, I've been recording for 20 minutes now. Yeah. These will be our eyebrows right there. You usually see I do have these black eyebrows with Shadow Milk Cookie. Actually, let's pull up a recent picture of him. Let me see. There we go. Yeah. These look kind of perfect. Okay. Now what I do for the mouth is sort of do this. Now, what is going on here? The chin is sort of a bit too low. There we go, perfect. I also want to fix this bit here. And also, one more thing to note is that this isn't round at the back. So let's do that. Now, how's this looking? Okay, perfect. Might fix the back of the head a bit more. So I did this for a little bit of a, well, just making sure everything's okay. Now, first I extrude twice. There we go. Now, previously when I make models, I keep the mouth open, but now I close the mouth. Reason being is that it would seem more obvious. But first, let's do the inside of the mouth. Which, there we go, perfect. Now we close the mouth. Oh, and pretty crucial to save, because I do not want anything going wrong, and I'm being the only idiot here who didn't save my work. Because computer crashes, Blender crashes, whatever the hell. They're the things that can kill unsaved models like this. Not that it's unsaved now, but save your work, for God's sake. Okay. That's the... There we go. That's the mouth closed. And, okay. Ah, there. Now for the neck. What I usually do for the neck is do another cut. First we move this closer to the chin and boom. Okay. All right. Perfect. And now to extrude the neck. And obviously this is a male character, so let's add an extrusion there. And there. Perfect. This nearly looks like ET. to be honest. No joke. But it is just... This is just, well, it's a start. The face might be a bit too wide, so what I might do is just... There we go. And I also moved the eyes, so yeah. Let's plop the eyes back in place, right there. Okay. There's the start. And let's also do a couple of fixes here. I would do the body now, but I promised my parents 30 minutes, and I do not feel like going overtime here. Because how long have I been recording? Where's my recording screen? Oh. This sometimes happens to me. For some reason, Bandicam just goes behind the actual thing, but apart from that, there's the head done, and I'll be doing the body in the next part. So, that is it for the Sugar Milk Cookie modeling tutorial for today. Thank you all for watching. Make sure to subscribe to my channel if you're new, and goodbye. Adios. See you next time.